Hey guys, today we're doing one of my favourites today, coriander chicken.
We are buzzing for this.
Yeah, lovely. Right, so then this is how basically we're buying the chickens in Cambodia at the minute. It's the crown look with the wings on and some of the back. Basically got like the legs parts tore off. So from this point, I mean, pretty much I'm just going to get the. I mean, I've shown you in other videos really how to cut the chickens up. So maybe you know, in the interest of keeping this one short, we can come
pause
back.
it a sec.
Pause it. So I'm just going to take the wings off, just go through the joints,
We'll be back in a
and
sec.
save them for our collection.
Okay.
Right, so we've got the wings off, yeah, but what we're looking to do, obviously with all the back of this lot, is we want to make some stock for the dish. So I'm just going to literally just cut my wings up, look. Just cut my wings up for me. My wing collection. I'll wipe the side in a second. But obviously, like the wing tips.
Part of the stock.
Yeah, straight in the stock pot. So we're going to boil this up first, like as always with these chickens. But we save the wings, look, and then like we do like salt, pepper wings with that.
Don't waste anything.
So they cut these a little different here in Cambodia. Obviously, they butcher them a little different to how we do it in England. You cut straight through from the top to the bottom. It's easier, but you know you've got to work with what you've got to work with, haven't you? So basically, I want to cut through. Just cut through this lot. You know, get the neck out basically there. Look through the joints. It's a bit more awkward this way, if I'm honest with you. That's it.
It's crazy going to markets here now. They do it.
Yeah, they don't have me.
They don't mess about.
Yeah.
Meat cleaver is well sharp.
Yeah, proper. So basically, I'm just looking to get this bit off here. Comes through, no problem. Look, get the neck off. You see that? Look there. Just trim that off. So this is the chicken crown we're going to use. Oh, get through that, and then like this part here, we're just going to use this for stock.
So just roughly chop it up.
Just chop it up a little bit, just to make life a little easier.
A litre of water for about an hour, and then what we get left will go in our sauce.
Yeah, in our sauce.
So we'll just do that, and we'll come back and show you the next step.
Okay. Right then, so to the chicken bits there, I'm just going to add around a litre of water. You kind of just want to cover it. Obviously, in an ideal world, I'd want to use a smaller pan than this. Do you know what I mean? So it's...
We've got what we've got.
We've got what we've got though, haven't we? This is the whole point of it. So basically, because I ain't got like loads of chicken bits in this, here at home I would save up the carcasses. I'm going to put a chicken stock cube into it as well. Just throw a chicken stock cube in, just to make, you know, be nice chicken stock this will. And then basically you just want to simmer that on a low light for about an hour. Obviously halfway through or whatever, just smash up the chicken bits. You know, you could use like a potato masher on them.
Fork, whatever.
Yeah, fork, whatever you want to do.
Once you've done it as well and you get your chicken out, if there's any meat on there,
you can pick all the bits off as
pull all
well.
the bits off, and that just adds to your dish as well if you want.
So yeah.
Right, we'll just do that, then we'll show the sauce.
Okay. Right, so we've got the stock simmering away, look there, nicely now. Then for the marinade, this is what we're going to use.
Whoops, hang on a minute, there we go.
I'll go through the quantities when I actually do it, but we're going to use 2 spring onions, should be 5 cloves of garlic, but I've got a couple more there because they're small, 10 slices of ginger, a whole bunch of coriander, and then we need whiskey, honey, soy sauce, 5 spice powder, a little bit of butter, but I've only got margarine, chili sauce, and salt. Right, okay. I'll get preparing these and come back to you in a sec. Right, so it goes like this. Basically then, you want to be getting, right, a load of coriander and just stuff it into a cup, yeah? Proper stalks, everything. Right, and get yourself like half a cup full, something along the lines of that.
Smells divine.
Yeah, then we basically want all the spring onions, the garlic, they're just roughly chopped.
And with ginger.
Right, yeah, let's try and get these into there now without spilling them. All of that in, like this. So what I'll do is I'll save a bit of that to go on the top, you'll see why in a second. So what I need is, two tablespoons full of honey. I tell you, this recipe is well worth trying. It's delightful. I swear to God, it's the nicest chicken I've ever tasted.
It really is.
Right, so 2 tablespoons full of honey. In you go. Then I want 2 tablespoons full of whiskey. In you get. Bit heavy on the whiskey there. 4 tablespoons of soy sauce, dark soy sauce. Oh, bloody hell. 4 tablespoons of soy sauce. Making a mess, but there you go. I'm just trying to hurry up, keep the video short. Got 4 soy sauces. Right, that's the tablespoon side of it done. Just pop that there a second. Now then we want, let me just check because I can't remember. It is 1 teaspoon of 5-spice powder. 1 teaspoon of 5-spice powder. That's right, get it. There you go, like that. 3/4 of a teaspoon of salt. In. I want a nice chunk of butter, but I've only got margarine, so you'll have to do. And then I want a teaspoon of chili sauce. This is like stuff you get out here. Come here, sweet chili sauce. In.
Okay.
All right, so that's that. Now then, I've got to try and fit the rest of this in on top of there. Press down. The rest of this on in. Then what I usually do is go with a bit more coriander, just so I could just give it a push down. To be honest with you, so the cup's full up. So the cup's nice and full up. Now then, so I need my stick blender, which I've not got ready, so I have to pause a minute.
One sec.
So then you want to go with your stick blender and just blend all this down. So you don't want to listen to me do this, but I'll come back in a second. Right, so you end up with this like horrible looking green gunk look. But do you know what? It tastes lovely. I swear this is my favourite chicken in all the world. Anyway, we'll show you what we'll do with it in a second. Right, so back home, obviously I would be using a full chicken, right? And what I would be doing is making sure the skin's not ripped for a start when I buy it, or any of this either. And then I'd be stuffing this down there between I'd be poking it all down there, get my hand in down there, and poke it.
Both sides.
Yeah, both sides, and filling it up in there full of this. So it's between the skin and the meat.
Followed by bust loads of butter.
Yeah, loads of butter, and then roast the chicken. You know what I mean? But not for very long, you know, so it's just cooked. Use a thermometer if you have to.
Yeah.
Anyway, but out here, obviously, we've got the same old problem. We've got no oven. So all I can do out here, I think, is slice into the chicken, you know, slice deeply into the chicken, and, you know, basically stuff the marinade in the gaps. That's kind of that, really. So I'll just get on with doing that and come back to you shortly. So basically we're just stuffing this into the gaps by any means necessary. Fingers,
It's a messy process.
spoons, whatever. So we'll just get on with doing this and
Show you in a sec.
show you in a bit. Right, so we've got the stock now. Just let that cool and then we can get the fat off the top of that. We've got our chicken marinated nicely and that's in the sauce. And then for obviously the way we're going to cook it, so we're just going to chop a load of onions up, throw them in, throw some coriander in,
some garlic,
some whiskey. We're going to basically replicate
the sauce.
This in a way, but in there. Probably not quite as...
Not as strong maybe.
Not as strong maybe.
With the stock and some onions. And then what we'll do is cook the chicken in it. Then when it's ready, get the chicken out.
And blend it.
Blend it, and that'll be our gravy.
Yeah, okay.
Alright, so we will crack on with...
That should have been probably pointing at us when we was talking then, but not to worry.
Never mind.
Alright, cool.
See you in a little while.
Right, so I've just got 3 onions roughly chopped here that I'm just going to fry off. Run everywhere. Just going to fry them off for little while, just to reduce them down. And in the meantime, I'm going to chop up the spring onions and maybe half a bulb of garlic to throw in also. Come back in a minute. So my onions are nicely sweated down. I've just loosened them up with a little bit of the stock because they were sticking a bit. So here I've got half a bulb of garlic, like a few spring onions. I'll throw them in there. Missed. And then I'm going to chop up a whole bunch of coriander. Back to you in a second. So I'm now going to chop a whole bunch of coriander up. You know, the ready stalks, everything, just to get it ready to go in. Yeah, so I'll do all this and come back to you in a sec. Right, so I think it's important to let your onions cook down and everything because it makes them nice and sweet, and you know what I mean? You're bringing out the natural sweetness, saves any sugars and stuff. Right, so because I'm going to put a bit of whiskey in it just to try and replicate that. Obviously, a little bit of that wants to go in now just to cook off, you know, to cook that off. Just turn that up, get that cooked off a second, and then I'll chuck in the rest of it in a minute. So into that then I'm going to go with like a good pinch of pepper, nice season, a little bit of pepper, go with some soy sauce. I'm not going to measure it, I'm just going to bang a load in. Some soy sauce, beautiful. I'm not going to put salt in because I've got the soy sauce in, so I'm going to leave that as is. Go with a good spoon of 5 spice. Look, you know, big heat teaspoon of 5 spice. Cool. Put that down there. That space, get that mixed round. There we go. Just give that a minute, and then I want to put in the stock, the coriander, and then get the chicken in. Right. I've just tasted that. The flavour of that is amazing already. I almost don't want to, like, you know what I mean, do anything else to it, but you know, beside it, I'm going to go with the coriander. I do love coriander anyway, so let's go with the coriander. Yeah, but believe me, that is nice. You know, whiskey goes lovely in cooking. Really does, you know. Whiskey and soy sauce work well together. Right, let's get the stock in now. Sorry. Well, I can. Tip that in there. Oh, look at that.
Handful.
Bring that back to the boil. I've got a bit of chicken that came off the boat, you know, just when we made the stock from earlier. May as well just throw that in as well. Chuck that in. So now I'm just going to bring that to the boil before I put my chicken in. And then my chicken's going to get, then I bring it back to the boil, it's going to get 50 minutes, precisely 50 minutes. And then it'll be beautiful and tender, beautiful and succulent. Okay. Not dry at all. Okay? Listen guys, let me tell you, there's just something special about whiskey and soy sauce in cooking. I don't know, they're just like, they kiss each other something wicked. It's like, I don't know, if you try nothing else, try whiskey and soy sauce together. Just do it. It's beautiful. Anyway, I've got this boiling now, so I'm going to get my chicken in. Try to drop it in like before. Just put that in nicely now. Ouch, that was my fingers.
One brimmed dish.
This one is going to be beautiful. It tastes lovely, guys. I promise you. It's well worth the effort. Well worth the effort. One of the nicest things I have tasted, chicken-wise. It's my favourite. So what I'm going to do now is literally just bring that to the boil, and then I'm just going to go on a nice little simmer, a nice little blip for 50 minutes, and that's going to. It's up to you to work out, you know, like with your chicken, whatever you're cooking it in, you know. If it's dry, just back off the cooking time. Just do it 5 minutes at a time, 5 minutes at a time, so you get used to whatever you're cooking with, whether that be an oven. Whatever, you know, there's no excuse for having dry chicken. All it is just overcooking it. It's that simple. Just reduce the cooking time until you get it perfect. Right, anyway, just going to get this on a nice blip, put the lid on, 50 minutes. Right, so I've got me chicken out, and I'm now just going to blend up what's left Tastes lovely, by the way. Obviously, you don't really need to watch me do this, but I'm just going to blend all this up to make a nice smooth gravy. Maybe add a bit of corn flour to thicken it. Right, so I'm just going to go with a little bit of corn flour, potato starch, or whatever you want to say, into there. Thicken it up. And then we'll serve it up. I'll put the chicken back in it to just rewarm it. And then, yeah,
we're good to go.
Go. Right, normally this is how I would have this at home, but it'd be roasted. So it'd be a roast chicken, and then I'd have like half a chicken and chips. It's a beautiful flavour. But this time, because obviously I've got to cook it like this, I've decided to try and, you know, make the gravy. And it is quite nice, Jodie, isn't it? It's very nice, in fact.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's worked out okay. So I'm just gonna.
Well, I've got mash. Steve's got chips.
Half a chicken each, look.
And then we'll just put sauce on to taste.
Half a chicken each, and then just go on with some of the sauce, which I've thickened up.
Whoops, camera's gone wild. There we go.
Some of the beautiful sauce. Chicken should be cooked to perfection. Nice and juicy. Coriander chicken.
Served up.
Remember, whiskey and soy sauce proved to just do magic together. At least try that.
All right.
See you guys.
Bye.